Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. And before I get started, I want to say thank you to everybody that checked out the Broad Street Sports Talk podcast that I was a part of. Shouts out to Angels and the two Mikes for having me on the show. There were Philadelphia Eagles podcast, and they showed a lot of love, man. I had a really good time talking about the Saints versus Eagles matchup that's going to take place on Sunday. So I want to give a special shout out to Angel and the crew over there at Broad Street. And if you please, I'm just asking, please check them out. YouTube.com, search Broad Street Sports Talk. So y'all check them out, man. Good, solid brothers over there talking about sports, man. We also had someone from the Chicago Bears came and chimed in. He was from ESPN out there in Chicago. So great talk right there, man. Good insight, and just appreciate that invite. But I want to say thank you all for being a part of the State of Saints podcast. The day before the big game, the Week 14 matchup, the New Orleans Saints taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm excited to talk about this game, man, because quite frankly, I haven't really been talking about Saints football over the last couple of days. I've been dealing with a little bit of a cold, man, so I apologize in advance. I'm probably going to be coughing, sniffling a little bit throughout the show. The good news is I know I don't have COVID, okay? I took my test yesterday, came back negative, okay? So I can deal with a little a little bit of that, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm just glad that it's not COVID, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you all, and I ask that you all just kind of bear with me. Going to be taking a few calls, okay? I'm going to open up the phone lines in just a minute, but I'm also going to be reading some of the comments that are in in the comment section of the State of the Saints podcast. So if you're new to the State of the Saints podcast, all you have to do is just comment, okay? Just put your comment inside of the comment section, and it's not like, you have to donate or anything like that. Like I said, I appreciate the people that donate to the State of the Saints podcast, but we're not about that, okay? We're about being interactive. This is the most interactive sports podcast that you're going to find, or at least one of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm very confident with that, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about the Saints versus Philadelphia Eagles, okay? This game right here seems like it should be one of those games where the Saints just automatically will just go out there and just handle up on their business. But the Philadelphia Eagles, they have a new quarterback now. Carson Wentz, throughout the entire season, was the starting quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. But in this game, you're talking about being baptized by fire. Jalen Hurts will be the starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles in this game versus the New Orleans Saints on Sunday. And he's going up against a Saints team that is number one in the NFL defensively. They're number one against the run. They're number one right now in total yards, defended. These guys are out there balling out of control. And Jalen Hurts, he's going to have a real bit of a tough time. But I like Jalen Hurts a lot, man. We watch Jalen Hurts, especially some of us New Orleans Saints / LSU fans. We know what Jalen Hurts has to offer. We know what he brings to the table. We know that he brings a little bit of a different dynamic. He can scramble outside of the pocket. He's extremely elusive, and he's one of those guys, man, that can throw on a run. So it's going to be very exciting to see Jalen Hurts, because this is going to be a game where both sides have two through threat quarterbacks that can hurt you with their legs. So the Saints are going to have to practice gap discipline. They're going to have to make sure that Jalen Hurts doesn't get on the outside and hurts them by fighting for extra yards. So the Philadelphia Eagles decided to go in a different direction. A lot of things going on in Philadelphia. You got Zach Ertz, who came back. He's still dealing with some of the issues when it involves the contract negotiation. He wasn't very happy that he hasn't had a contract, his contract situation resolved. You have Alshon Jeffries, who is kind of like a deer in the headlights. I don't know what's going on with that. You have the running game who has been non-existent. And then you have an offensive line that's seen their leader and one of the mainstays of the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, Jason Peters, go on IR. And like I said, this should be a recipe for success for the New Orleans Saints, taking advantage of the Philadelphia Eagles shortcomings. but that's why we play the game. In the words of Herman Edwards, that is why we play the game. We play to win the game, okay? And the Philadelphia Eagles are not going to be an easy out. I feel like this is going to be a team that is going to try everything that they possibly can to try to beat the New Orleans Saints. But I do feel like the New Orleans Saints are going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles because I just feel like they're better. If this was a couple years ago, I'd probably be concerned about a game like this. But the Saints really have been doing a really good job at being disciplined and not eating the cheese, in the words of Bill Parcells. Okay, I think Sean Payton left baskets of cheese at each one of the players' locker to symbolize that statement. But the Saints have not been eating the cheese this season. They have been handling business. They have not looked past any team. Every team that they have been put in front of, they have given their best, even in a loss. I mean, it hasn't been a blowout or anything like that. It always came down to the final possession. So the New Orleans Saints, I feel like they're going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles because they're a better team than the Philadelphia Eagles. And I just think that putting Jalen Hurts out there against a team that has a lot to prove and are on a mission right now is going to be tough for them. I got the Saints winning this game 31-16. That was my score on the Broad Street Sports Talk podcast, and that's my score here on the State of the Saints podcast, 31-16. I feel like the New Orleans Saints are going to win this football game. I think that Taysom Hill is going to throw a couple of touchdowns. I think you're going to see, maybe some of the tight ends get involved in this game because looking at the Philadelphia Eagles linebacker corps, they have been dealing, with issues all year long. And I feel like this is one of those games where Jared Cook and Adam Troutman can eat. So if Taysom Hill can get the ball to the tight ends, I think they can be extremely successful in this game. 31-16, I think the Saints are going to knock off the Philadelphia Eagles. But I think it's going to be a pretty close game early before late when the Saints actually pull away from this game. So about to go ahead and read some of the comments right here. Shouts out to Broad Street. Sports Talk says, thank you to the Who Dat Nation for supporting the host, TJ Jones. We appreciate TJ and all the comments throughout the show. Thank you very much, Broad Street. And once again, man, y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel of Broad Street South Sports Talk, man. Y'all support the podcast and everything that they're doing over there. They're doing an outstanding job. Jerry Poor says, I won't be able to call in tonight, but 100% definitely Sunday after the game. That's okay, Jerry. We really do appreciate it. And we understand, man. We understand that people have obligations. And shouts out to everybody that's probably listening to this at work or, on the go, can't call in. Some of the shy people out there that want to call in, but too shy to call in. We appreciate you too. We know you have the best interest at heart, and we know that you want to sound off. So feel free to do so in the comment section. Your boy Jay says Eagles have issues within the offensive line and have a huge coaching issue. We should handle them easily, but that's easier said than done. We're going to have to come with it tomorrow. Look, there's no easy games in the National Football League, and I just don't like that being said, man. I just feel like any team can beat any team. I mean, we watched the Jets last week go up against the Vegas Raiders. I mean, the Jets were 0-11. So just because a team looks bad and the record indicates that they're a bad team, don't mean that if you act all lackadaisical and laid back and don't think that team won't sneak up on you and you catch that L. So the Saints better be disciplined, and I think they will. Eugene says Eagles set the kid up for failure his first time out. Well, Eugene, I'll tell you this. It does seem very Tim Tebow-ish, if you will. Okay, I remember when Kyle Orton was the quarterback for the Denver Broncos and everybody was screaming, talking about, we want Tebow, we want Tebow. So John Elway paraded Tim Tebow out there, and he thought that Tim Tebow was going to fail. But Tim Tebow ended up winning 4 games in a row. So this does this does stink a tad bit. But if you are going to be the guy, if you're going to be that dude, and they drafted you pretty high, these are the type of games that you're going to have to win. So it's not the best circumstance for Jalen Hurts, but if you're going to be the guy, you got to go out there and execute. And I don't think the Philadelphia Eagles are expecting him to go out there and just throw for 400 yards or nothing, but they do want to see something out of him that they feel like they can kind of capitalize on in the future. Eric says Big Mike Thomas are going to score a tub finally this week. needs him to show up big for my fantasy team. Well, Eric, I hope so, because I think that he has the the right uncle, because he's definitely looking like Keyshawn Johnson right now, with a whole bunch of catches and no touchdowns. I remember a couple of years back, Keyshawn was out there in Tampa. I think he had over 100 catches, and he only had one touchdown the whole entire season. So he is definitely looking like his uncle in that regard. But Michael Thomas, I'm going to give Michael Thomas the benefit of the doubt. He was not healthy when he came back. He was just mostly out there as a decoy. I would say that he probably been back these last couple games where I actually seen a Michael Thomas of old show up, especially the game last week. So as long as he's out there producing, I don't have no problem with that. And, sometimes I just feel like in the red zone, Taysom is not giving him the ball where it needs to be. I think sometimes he be late on a pass, he be throwing it behind him. And, I think him and Taysom need to work on that. And I think when they do, I think you'll probably see more touchdowns by Michael Thomas. Emerson says, got to stay humble and play hungry. They've been doing a good job with that, Emerson. I must say, they have been doing an outstanding job at being humble and hungry at the same time. So as long as they keep that energy, they should be fine. Kirkland says 24-20 Saints. I'm predicting that Hurts look better than what everybody thinks. Okay. He might, he might. And like I said, on the podcast, Philadelphia Eagles podcast, I'm interested to see how the players of the Eagles going to respond to Jalen Hurts being a quarterback. That might tell you a lot about the Philadelphia Eagles' future with Jalen Hurts as their quarterback. Alex Smith said, my leg is cyborg. Well, Alex Smith, we appreciate you being on the State of the Saints podcast, even though you play for the football team. But, man, shouts out to Alex Smith, man. I mean, how can you not root for a guy that almost got his leg amputated and now he's playing in the National Football League? I mean, you can't make this kind of stuff up, man. I mean, as soon as he hit the field, he was comeback player of the year. I don't feel like there's a guy close. Okay, this should be a unanimous decision. Alex Smith is comeback player of the year without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, so he definitely is a guy that I'm rooting for the remainder of his career. He's a guy that I feel like always was kind of behind the eight ball since he came into the league out of the University of Utah. Had about 7 offensive coordinators in 7 years in San Francisco, but always seemed to do just enough, to get by. He was always a bend but don't break type guy. But I'm always going to be rooting for him, man. I mean, the guy's a true success story. As soon as he hit the field, he was comeback player of the year, in my opinion. Keen Arthur says, TJ, should we pay Lattimore a large contract? He played well this season, but hasn't broke out as a top 3 corner in terms of performance. Right now, Jack Rabbit is playing better. Yeah, you paid Marshawn Lattimore. Absolutely, no doubt about it. You pay him. I don't know if you're going to pay him top 3 cornerback money. But you do pay him what he's worth. I do feel like, he may not be the top 3 cornerback in the National Football League, but he definitely top 10. And you got to pay this guy because somebody else is, So I just feel like the New Orleans Saints are going to do right by him. I would have to come to him. And I hate to say this, but I think that Alvin Kamara might have screwed him because – Alvin Kamara could have easily asked to be higher paid than Christian McCaffrey, but he didn't. He just said, pay me what I'm worth. The Saints paid him what he was worth. So that might be the same issue with Marshawn Lattimore. You might say, well, you're not Jalen Ramsey. You're not Stephon Gilmore. So he might be in the middle of the pack type, or give him like 3 or 4 years. But you definitely try to pay the guy. You definitely try to pay him and make sure that he a Saint for the foreseeable future. Ghostface Griller, thank you very much for the $20 donation, man. Thank you so much. Says who that TJ Jones, the host. Ghostface, thank you so much, man, for the contribution. Once again, I think $20 is the highest I think I ever got at one time on the State of the Saints podcast and one donation. So I really do appreciate that, man. Thank y'all, and thank you, Ghostface. I'm about to go ahead and open up the phone lines. Show is going to go for, we're probably just going to do it for about, an hour or something like that, man. I got movie night going, what I'm saying? Me and my wife going to be watching the movie and she wanted to watch it, man. So, I got to make sure that I, do my husband duties, you know what I'm saying, and chill out with my wife. So I'm going to take some phone calls. I'm going to listen to your predictions, or I ask that you keep, respect the person that's coming behind you, and, say what you got to say, and, keep it moving so we can get to everybody. All right. So here's the link. Oh, y'all can go ahead and chime in. I want to hear from you all. Let me know what you think about the game on tomorrow, or any other questions that you may have. Sad Sky says, my hat is off to that guy. For real, for real. Yeah, Alex Smith, man. Incredible. Great comeback story. A guy that you definitely can root for. Man, what's going on, man?
Oh, you already knew. First one, baby.
Man, the first one, man, as always, man. How you doing?
First round draft pick on the phone line, you heard me?
Yeah, man.
You did
always.
You did read. Yeah, and I told you, them dudes who hopped on here the last time and knew I was coming, I got something for them. But that's all right. Hey, but on some real stuff, though, why don't we run the angle routes for Alvin Kamara no more against these linebackers? He's a mismatch for all of them, and that'll be easy check down for Taysom if he get in trouble.
Right. Well, I can't really answer that question. I really don't know. I don't know if it's about the formations. I don't know if Sean Payton wants to keep Alvin in the backfield just to kind of block for Taysom or something like that more. But I do feel like the angle route can be kind of helpful to him. Putting Alvin Kamara right in front of him, and have him run some of those routes. But man, they just got to get Alvin Kamara more involved in a passing game altogether. I don't care if it's angle routes. I don't care if it's wheel routes. I don't care if it's screens. Yeah, anything. Like the guy's production has went down, since Drew Brees has went out. And Alvin Kamara is a weapon. Yeah, he's a weapon.
His production on the ground has went up, though.
Yeah.
But I will say this, bro. In terms of Marshawn Lattimore, what I was getting at is basically what you said. He's played well this season, and for everybody getting on that boy about the Calvin Ridley game, y'all better go learn football, because everything that Calvin Ridley caught, he was smothered.
Right.
And I mean smothered. He was just making some great catches. Them dudes are not slouches, dog.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So if he gave up some yardage, yeah. But if you look at it from a football standpoint, dude was absolutely smothered. And that catch that Calvin Ridley had on the right sideline outside the numbers. Right. Marshawn Lattimore was looking back for the ball, and he had his hand in the perfect spot. It just slightly missed the ball.
Right.
So if you'd have knocked that ball down, y'all would have been, oh, great play, man. Y'all gotta, before you criticize a player's performance, you gotta learn the X's and O's of football first.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that sometimes, like, I know we understand what a cornerback job is. It's to prevent the wide receiver from catching the football, but it's easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like if somebody tell you, okay, if I explain basketball to you, the point of basketball, if you're shooting the ball, is to take this round ball and put it through this round hoop. You know what I'm saying? But it's easier said than done. You know what I'm saying? When you shoot, yeah. But I just think that sometimes, like, we look at guys play, and a guy catch a pass on, oh man, he sucked. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's not always the case. These guys at wide receiver get paid a lot of money to catch the football. And, as much as we talk about, Michael Thomas being involved in catching a pass and stuff like that, I mean, these guys on these other teams are good, just like Michael Thomas is.
All right. Hey, TJ, I got 2 quick questions, and then I'm gone, bro. I ain't going to hold you up. First question. For these 3 players, Trey Hendrickson, Marshawn Lattimore, and Ryan Ramczyk, what kind of deals would you structure for them in order to make sure we get all 3 of them back on the roster?
Well, for the first person I'm paying is Ryan Ramczyk. And Ryan Ramczyk deserves to be the highest paid right tackle in football. I'm paying him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would pay Ryan Ramczyk before I pay anybody. So that's just the way I see it. As far as Marshawn Lattimore, like I said, I would actually look at the contract what I gave with Alvin Kamara. I would even bring that up in contract negotiations. I don't think that if you're looking at production and contributions, you got to look at Alvin Kamara, saying he got paid this amount of money. He understood he was not Christian McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't Ezekiel Elliott. So here's where your money is, right? So I think that he needs to understand he's not Stephon Gilmore. He's not Jalen Ramsey, but he's in that conversation. So you shouldn't get paid.
The Bucks he is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you're not playing the Bucks every week. Okay, so I mean, so if you playing the Bucks every week, then he should be the highest paid corner, but you don't. You know, you go out there and lock down Mike Evans, but you know, you getting fits when it comes to some of these other players. So you got to understand that. I think that he should be like top 4, top 5 highest paid though among cornerbacks. And who was the last person? I'm sorry, who was the third person? You
Trey
said?
Hendrickson.
Trey Hendrickson.
We
definitely
gotta have him back, dog.
Yeah. You're not going to make him the highest paid D tackle. I mean, D end or anything like that, but you definitely want to give him a respectable contract. I mean,
Like a Anyamata deal.
Yep, exactly, Anyamata deal, because you can easily say, I mean, like, you know, I mean, what was this production the last couple of years? You know what I'm saying? Like you can easily just say maybe you're doing this because you want another contract. You know what I'm saying? So I would say make it respectable. You know what I'm saying? Maybe give him like, I don't know, like 3 years, 30 million, like $10 million a year or something like that. But you try to keep him.
Right. Okay. Here was my last question, and then I'm gone. I got a cold cup to get to. But how do we get Emmanuel Sanders more involved?
Well, the thing about with Emmanuel Sanders, the way I feel like you get him more involved is to try to make sure that you probably get some more wide receiver screens. You know what I'm saying? Probably get him involved in a wide receiver screen game. Also, like, man, let him like come up with some of these plays, man. You know, you can throw the ball. You know, you can get him doing like all these different type of things, and also, you know, like work on the deep ball. You know what I'm saying? Like you seen that you throw the ball deep, no matter how ugly the pass is, he gonna catch it. You know,
I'm glad you brought that up because it was several plays in the game where he was butt naked open, and I'm talking about 20 yards downfield. But Taysom hold the ball too long sometimes.
Right. Well, I mean, I can understand that, man. But Emmanuel Sanders, I mean, he's gonna be involved. He's gonna get involved, and I think that the Saints are going to look at some of those plays, and they're going to see that there were opportunities for Taysom Hill to get the ball to him. And it wouldn't surprise me if they take a shot down the field this game, and Emmanuel Sanders end up being on the receiving end of a big catch. So he's definitely been a very patient guy. But in a way, I'm kind of happy. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know, he hasn't really been in harm's way like that, because around this time of the year, Emmanuel Sanders always seems to be nicked up a tad bit. And I think he's going to be a guy that we're really going to need, like, going into the playoffs. I think he is going to be that deciding factor, and he's going to be that guy that is going to help us out tremendously, man, when teams are double covering Michael Thomas.
All right, TJ. Well, congratulations on the success of your show, bro. You know I'm a who that day one with you.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. You've been a contributor to the success, man. So I think you need to take a bow too, man. You and several other individuals have been holding. Yeah.
but hey, I'll let me, bro. Go ahead, do your thing.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. All right, man. Well, we're gonna go on to Who That Davis. Who That Davis? What's going on, man? A host of the State of the Black and Gold podcast. Who That Davis? Aaron, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, TJ? I saw your recent show, man. You already doing your thing as always, I see.
Man, appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate everything that you're doing over there on your side as well, man. Great knowledge of football, and I'm encouraging everybody to please subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. You're doing a great job, man.
I appreciate that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just say my little piece to get up out the hair. Honestly, I'm probably gonna get a lot of heat for this. Mm-hmm. If I was Sean Payton and Dennis Allen, I would rotate snaps between Jack Rabbit and PJ Williams for the simple fact that, look, you have Kansas City Chiefs coming up just a week after, and Jack Rabbit is just coming fresh off of a knee injury, and he was limited all week.
Right.
And the one word that goes with the Kansas City Chiefs offense is speed.
Right.
Hardman, Robinson, Tyreek Hill, Jack Rabbit Jenkins is able to go toe to toe with guys like that. Right. So if he gets nicked up even just a little bit ahead of Kansas City, you're going to put yourself in a tight spot, because then you're really going to be forced to play PJ Williams on the outside if Patrick Robinson's not able to go. So I protect Jack Rabbit just for this game, because I don't think the receivers for Philadelphia are going to be that much of a problem.
Right.
You have to protect your greatest assets against one of your biggest opponents in this half of the season. Jack Rabbit must be protected at all costs.
Well, I agree with you on that one, Aaron. See, the thing about it is, I would even go further, and I don't feel like you're crazy. I wouldn't even play Janoris Jenkins in this game. I wouldn't even ask him to come back, because I mean, no disrespect to the Eagles or anything like that. Look, I understand that, like, man, no disrespect to their receivers or anything like that. But like you said, man, Janoris Jenkins, if the Saints are going to do anything in the playoffs, Janoris Jenkins is going to have to be around the football somewhere. He's going to have to be on the field. So I was shocked. Like, honestly, I'm shocked that he even playing in this game. I'm shocked. I mean, but I do feel like it's going to be a snap count, but I wouldn't even dress him.
Exactly. One more thing, I'm gonna get on. I'm going to go ahead and get up out here. I really hope that Quan Alexander decides to stay with the New Orleans Saints. I've been advocating for that for the past couple of days for good reason. You already seen what the Saints looked like back in weeks 1 through 4. They couldn't even cover the bootlegs. They couldn't cover the tight ends. Darren Waller, one man handled the New Orleans Saints.
Right.
And ever since he came into the fold, his synergy has been top notch. He looks like he's maintaining his health, and tight ends are pretty much a non-factor. So I hope Quan Alexander decides to have a little heart-to-heart with Sean Payton and Mickey Loomis.
Right.
He structures that contract, and especially if they end up going all the way and winning the Super Bowl, that man is going to be something fierce against alongside Demario Davis.
Right.
One of the best linebacker duos in the NFC South, if not all of the NFC.
Right. Yeah, definitely, man. I just think that man, Quan Alexander coming to the Saints, I mean, this has been a godsend. And the fact that we got this guy for basically free, I mean, it's just incredible, man. And the way that this guy's been playing. I mean, there was this one play against the Falcons. I think Matt Ryan tried to throw the ball to Hurst. I mean, he just jumped right in front of the ball, just batted away. Like, that's the type of stuff you see from a cornerback or a safety. So, I mean, I love watching this guy play. And I like the way that these two guys, Davis and Alexander, complement each other. So, man, this team right now, man, is flying high. And we do got some bad news. I'm seeing in the chat, and I'm also reading here on WWL that the Saints plays Patrick Robinson on injury reserve. So they ruled him out against Sunday. So I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be 3 games. And they probably just going to have him come back. So hopefully it won't be for the rest of the season. We'll see him in the postseason. Patrick Robinson been playing pretty good, so we definitely gonna need him also, and we're definitely gonna need Janoris Jenkins. But Aaron, before you go, man, let everybody know how they can get in touch with you. Tell them a little bit about the State of Black and Gold, man.
All right, the State of Black and Gold podcast, everybody, is something I recently came up with sometime in early last month. TJ Jones here was one of my biggest inspirations for the birth of the State of Black and Gold podcast, along with the WDN Chatline podcast. How you can get in touch with me? You can go to facebook.com/State of Black and Gold, or you can follow me at my Twitter handle at Real Aaron Davis. I'll go ahead and put that in the comments after TJ Jones' stream here is over. Look, man, whether you're a Saints fan, a Falcon fan, I don't care what colors you're repping. It's all love over there on the SOBG podcast, man. Let's talk football, talk shop. Tomorrow is a special day because the first time ever on the SOBG podcast, I'm going to be doing a live reaction to this game against the Philadelphia Eagles. That means from kickoff to the clock hit 0. You're going to be seeing yours truly and all types of reactions, the ups and downs, the frustrations, the cheers, all the good stuff. So I'm hoping TJ Jones and everybody else comes out, just has fun with me in the chat. Go ahead and meme me, laugh at me, laugh with me. It's going to be a fun time, man.
Yeah, man, no doubt about that. Just make sure you get your coffee or your 5-hour energy so you keep that energy on top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
those hours, man. But we looking forward to that, man. Y'all check them out. State of the Black and Gold. Aaron, I mean, great mind for Saints football, sports in general, my brother. I mean, the sky's the limit for you. Stay consistent, stay hungry, man, and stay passionate. And I know you're going to do all those things. But I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
All right, DJ. Holler at you later, bro.
All right, man. Take it easy. Man, shouts out to Aaron, man. Great job he does over there, State of Black and Gold. Y'all see him with his takes, man. Very knowledgeable, and that's only a little bit of what y'all actually get on the State of Black and Gold, man. Check him out. I'll be ripping him. Thank you very much for the $5. He says, TJ, that wasn't me on the other show with all them names. That was somebody else. I don't know who that was. You believe me, right? First off, you're telling on yourself because how would you know who that was? All those names, right? Ain't nobody say anything about this, so you just told on yourself by even mentioning all those names. So if I could put my finger on it, I would have to say that I Be Rippling was the culprit behind some of the names that were chosen during the Broad Street podcast. Okay, I mean, we seen Jalen Hurts show up, we seen Carson Wentz show up. We said who else did we see? We seen TJ's t-shirt show up. I mean, we seen so many weird names, and only one person that does that type of stuff would be I'll be ripping. But thank you very much for the $5. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I think this is Ramsey, if I'm not mistaken. Ramsey, is this Ramsey?
Yes. Yep.
Ramsey, what's going on, man? Hey, man, how you doing, man?
It's been a while.
Yeah, I know, man. How you
relaxing?
Been? Yeah,
pretty good. Enjoyed us going to the playoffs.
Yeah, man. First team in the NFC to clinch a playoff spot. So, how you feel about that?
Oh my God, I killed my friend's ears. We were playing video games when that happened. So,
wow,
in the wrong game to do that. But my prediction on the score: Saints 24 or higher, but the Eagles 3. But I can also be wrong.
All right.
Our defense is too good.
Well, you know, like I said, I mean, look, I just feel like the Philadelphia Eagles, you know, I think they might play a little bit tough first half, but I think the Saints might just pull away in the second half, kind of like how it always is. Saints always start slow. Towards the end of the games, they start to pick up the momentum. So, but you know, the crazy thing about it, for the last couple of games, it's been a polar opposite. Like the Saints start strong and kind of sputter down the stretch. So hopefully we can see like consistency all the way around. But I think the Eagles are going to play them tough. Give me that score one more. Give me that score one more time.
24-3. But before I go, I want to give anyone who has played Cyberpunk 2077 great game.
Okay, man, sounds good.
Definitely buggy because it's made for the next current gen. But Cyberpunk CG is working on the bugs. Another patch for it is tomorrow. And a very, very mature game. That's all I'm going to put at that.
Okay, man. Sound good to me, man. That's not a game that I normally play. You know, I'm mostly like a sports game player, stuff like that. I really, honestly, shouts out to my brother-in-law, man. Shouts out to my brother-in-law, James. I went to Jacksonville for Thanksgiving, and he was over there playing. He was playing a race car game, man. I think it was a Need for Speed. Since I've been since I actually got behind the wheel, I actually downloaded that game and played it, man, and also Mortal Kombat. So, man, he definitely got me on some of those fighting games. So, shouts out to James, man. Yeah.
And whoever played Witcher Wild Hunt, that is CG Project Red.
Yeah, man.
Another game series I recommend for you, TJ.
Man, I'm gonna have to check them out, man. I mean, my brother-in-law James and also Ricky, my other brother-in-law, man, they real big gamers, man. So Rick is a real big fan of Madden. So I mean, but he also played like all those other games. So I'm definitely going to check it out, Ramsey. I mean, you are the go-to guy, man. You're the guy to talk to with the games and stuff like that. So I plan on doing some different podcasts in the future. I want to talk about video games in the future. So I'm definitely going to be hitting you up and trying to get your perspective on some of these games that's coming out, man. Thank you so much.
No problem, TJ. Keep kicking butt for your podcast.
All right, will do, Ramsey. Take care.
Yeah,
man. Shouts out to Ramsey, man, doing this thing. Man, I like video games. You know, like I don't play video games as much as I used to. I mean, especially like since, man, my schedule has been crazy. I mean, you know, I work at, you know what I'm saying? I'm working at night. I have another job, doing a podcast thing, you know, being a parent, being a husband. You know, me and my wife about to move into our new home next month. So everything is just going crazy right now. So I don't really get a chance to play video games as much as I once did. But when I do, man, I really do enjoy it, man. I play long sessions of them, man. So looking for those video games, man. For all my gamers out there, man, is man, tell me a game that you know you think that I would be interested in, and I definitely going to be doing some different podcasts as we transition from the NFL season. Probably going to be doing like probably just going to get back into the podcast, the Unapologetic podcast that's going to come out every Friday. That's going to be podcast talking about life, pop culture, and stuff like that. And also the State of the Game podcast, where we're going to be talking about different things like Pelicans basketball, NBA, MLB, so the State of the Game podcast, we kind of took a break from that because of the state of the Saints. But once the Saints season is over, so hopefully it'll be in February. We're going to be picking up the State of the Game podcast. So if you haven't subscribed to that channel, it's youtube.com, search the State of the Game podcast. We're going to move on to Justin. Justin, what's going on, man? I think you're on mute, man. Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good up here watching my boy. But I just want to chime in because I ain't been in a minute because I'll be working when you on. But
yeah, man. I mean, we been checking. I've been checking you out, man. You had the good bishop suit on a couple weeks ago, man, at the church house. Oh, my bad. You weren't at the church house. You was at the church house, man. I see y'all. See you out there, man, looking fly, flashy, and cool, man. But I keep up with you, man.
Yeah, I told the pastor that Sunday. I said, told him you don't have to preach this Sunday. I got you.
You definitely had him. Shoot, that suit definitely was preacher gloss worthy. You know what I'm saying? When a preacher get that good sweat, you know what I'm saying? You definitely had the suit for that.
You definitely preacher grandchild, so you know.
Hey, man, hey, I done seen them all, man. I done seen them from Easter pink, you know what I'm saying? From sky blue. We done seen them all, man.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think this game, man, I'm like I heard a lot of just listening to a lot of them. They had some good points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd rather see a healthy team than a wounded team. Cause Trevor is definitely ever since he signed, he been doing some great production, and I just like I said, I do want.
Your volume went out, Justin.
Oh,
I can hear you now.
No, yeah, I do want Drew Brees to take his time. If he ain't fully well, I won't be rushing back. I won't even rush back Kansas City. As long as we win all the rest of the game.
Yeah,
that's about it. But other than that, the defense looking good. I just pray if PJ is in the rotation, he do what the hell he got to do. Don't be try to do too much and get his burnt.
Right.
Then couple games we gotta play. Is win. We gotta win both of all of them. Just stay number one seed. Because Green Bay is definitely like right behind us.
Right.
If we lose one game, okay. We would love to keep our truth.
Right.
But if it comes down to it, I know how we is Saints. We always slip up. We might lose to a team that we don't even have to lose to.
Yep.
But we just got to be prepared that as a Saints fan, know that, okay, we believe in our team, but, sometimes our team get a little bullheaded and get a little hot-headed and think they're going to be blow out a team. And this one of these games right here. Do not take the Philadelphia Eagles lightly because why? Even though we got Jalen Hurts, he really ain't no scrub. He's a scrub in the NFL.
Right.
But he can play.
Yeah. So, I agree. Justin, in years past, I would be more concerned about the Saints slipping up in games like this, but just what they showed me this season shows that they don't take any team lightly. Like even with that Denver Broncos game, it wasn't like they were just out there lollygagging around. They played as if Drew Lock was out there on that field. Right. And I think that tells you a lot and speaks volumes about how this team and all of the different shortcomings and how they've been battle tested over the years and how they've been getting their heart broken. I mean, if any team needs to understand, like, you shouldn't take anything for granted, it should be this football team.
Right.
I mean, if they still feel like, oh man, we looking at the schedule and man, that's a win right there. If you still feeling like that, then man, maybe they need to like think about another career choice. I mean, because I don't think any team has gotten their hearts literally snatched out more times over the past 4 years than the Saints have. So
right.
And you got to be ready, and I definitely feel like they're gonna be ready, Justin. What you think the final score is gonna be?
They put if they gonna put their foot on their necks, I'm looking at I already put my bid in. I put 35-7.
Okay, 35-7. Okay, all right, man. Shouts out to the Booker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So I think a lot of people think this is going to be a blowout. A lot of people echo your sentiment, Justin, man. But I appreciate it, man. I see you at home. I see you not on the road, man. So enjoy your time, man, and just relax, man. Kick your heels up, and we look forward to hearing from you in the future, man.
All right, man.
All right, shouts out to Justin, man, doing this thing out there at home, man. Mostly used to seeing him on, in the truck out there. Shouts out to all the truck drivers that tune into the State of the Saints. Video games. Thank you very much for the $2. Says we love you too, TJ, and we miss you. Well, the thing about it is, the best thing about having a kid and definitely having a son is you get to relive your childhood. So even though I feel like as of right now, I'm probably not really on video games, but eventually Paxton gonna get older and he's going to want to play video games and stuff like that. I noticed like when I turn on Madden, he stands right there and watch it. He wants to like control the buttons and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure in the future, I'm probably gonna be playing my fair share of video games right alongside him. So I want to read some of the comments about Bashir. I'm gonna get to you, Josh, and Chosen. Just give me a second, man. Let me show some love to some of these comments here. Ray says, why do the Vikings feel like they got revenge on us in 2009? Wouldn't they have to beat us in the NFC Championship to make it valid? Well, I'm not really concerned about the Minnesota Vikings, man. I get it. They've had our number in the postseason. I would like to get rid of that, but the fact of the matter is, man, I don't care who the Saints play. If the Saints can play like they've been playing over the last couple of weeks, I don't care if it's the Vikings. I don't care if it's the Rams. I don't care if it's the Packers. The Saints are going to win. All right. So as long as they keep that same energy we've been seeing in these last couple of weeks and, stay consistent, I don't care if it's the Vikings. I don't care. The Saints are going to beat them straight up. Damien says, who that TJ and the family? Damien, thank you very much. Josh says, I accidentally disconnected. Can someone repost the StreamYard connection? I assume Josh has had the reconnection because I see him in the waiting room. Ghostface says, Big Q says, PJ Williams jersey comes pre-burnt. Yes, sir. Yes, smoke like brisket, burnt like a biscuit. There's a reason why I call him PJ Williams. Did TJ say the podcast he was on for the Eagles? Yeah, it's Broad Street South Sports Talk. Okay, Broad Street South Sports Talk. Man, shouts out to Angel and Mike. I think Mike Fuji and also another Mike. Shouts out to them. Great show right there, man. Great show. So why is LSU not playing any bowl games? Quite frankly, because LSU sucks this season. Let's just call it what it is, man. They were not very good. Championship hangover, to say the least. You had guys that opted out of this season, which I completely understand because they ain't paying you. You know what I'm saying? And also you're messing with your future livelihood by being out there, opening yourself up and being susceptible to COVID-19. So if you combine all of that, now it's Brennan being out. I mean, they don't deserve it. And I don't want to see LSU in a bowl game. Just take this season as an L, keep it moving, move on. You know what I'm saying? Re-up and try to be a better version of yourself than you were this year. Casual Deck says, what up, TJ Jones and the Who Dat Nation? I can't wait for tomorrow afternoon game. I got to grab my beers after this podcast for sure. Yeah, definitely Casual, man. Drink one for me, man, out there. In Canada, you know what I'm saying? Our neighbors up the north right there, man. Shouts out to Canada showing us how to do it with all this pandemic stuff. So, shouts out to Casual. Y'all doing the right things out there. Harold says, TJ, the host, keep doing what you're doing, homie. Harold, I appreciate it, man. As long as I got people like yourself and several others, man, who have been contributing to this show, the sky's the limit for us, man. Sky's the limit, man. Shouts out to everybody that follows the State of the Saints podcast on Facebook, man. Last month, we had 1.5 million people, man. 1.5 million people checked out the State of the Saints podcast. So that's pretty amazing right there. And also on the audio podcast, man, we hit 10,000, man. We hit 10,000 downloads, and that's tough, man. Especially like being a little small podcast, you know what I'm saying? So we hit 10,000, man. We hit 10,000 audio downloads. So shouts out to everybody that follows the State of the Saints podcast in audio form. Bashir, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. What's going on? How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling, man. I ain't mean to leave you hanging the other day. I know we're supposed to link up on Wednesday. My
Oh,
fault.
nah, man. Nah, it's fine, man. It wasn't no big deal. I understand about those emergencies and stuff like that, and I was able to I had to get my son a haircut anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I had to get him dressed real quick. I
Yeah.
feel bad. Like we have to have our haircuts on different days because he goes to daycare. I'll be feeling bad. I'm walking around here fresh and have to walk. And have to walk in the daycare and his hair all over his head make me feel like I'm neglecting my son. But, but I should appreciate it, man. Appreciate you being on, bro.
No, listen, I just holler because Eagles fan talking to a Saints fan, you know what I'm saying, and it can never go wrong. But I think Sunday, bro, is gonna take the turn for the worse. I think I say this now. I got all confidence in my team, you know what I'm saying? Just me personally, I'm not a Jalen Hurts guy. I just something about Carson Wentz I just love too much to just give up on him that fast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you were one of the only people from any other fan base that I heard that you actually stuck up for Carson Wentz and saying it's not all his fault. Because it's really not.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just not a Jalen Hurts guy now. Would I support him? Yeah, because he's our quarterback. But
Right.
I just don't see Jalen Hurts, how people make it seem like he's some savior now. I don't like that. Our fan base is like really like how you say two-faced. But I think Sunday gonna take his turn for the worse. I think Doug Pearson is sending Jalen Hurts in with these hounds, and I think Jalen Hurts is gonna mess around. He gonna do something, and something ain't gonna go his way, bro. I'm trying to tell you, because your front four is seriously underrated, especially that DN y'all got coming off that N Hendricks, completely underrated. No, underrated. They got 9.5 sacks. So I think Jalen Hurts gonna get killed with the offensive line we have. But I'm still with the Eagles all day, bro.
Yeah, man. Look, I really have a lot of respect for Carson Wentz. I'm not one of those people that's prisoners of the moment. I get it. When we see a guy playing bad, all of a sudden we just take this narrative and we run with it. Oh, he suck. Oh, he not that good. Oh, he's suspect. Oh, he a bust. I look at the situation that a guy is being put in, and I think a lot of guys' careers end up like going into the tubes because they go into a bad situation. I just feel like some guys' careers, don't pan out or they don't end up living up to their full potential because of the coaching staff.
Right.
I think Carson Wentz needs a guy that can whisper in his ear and help him see the field a little bit better. And I said it on the podcast, Broad Street podcast I was on earlier. Guys don't want to feel like a team or organization don't believe in them. And when you go out there in the second round and you get Jalen Hurts, it's just telling Carson Wentz that you don't believe in him. It's telling you that, you just look at him as damn as goods. And some of the articles that are coming out from the Philadelphia Inquirer and all these other news outlets are true to you. So there's no way that I would go out here and get a guy so early. So Carson Wentz needs a team to believe in him. And I said it. I said it with my whole chest. If the Saints had an issue at quarterback, I would not think for 1 second to go get Carson Wentz. I think Carson Wentz would be an incredible quarterback for the New Orleans Saints because the New Orleans Saints will put a team around him in order for him to succeed.
Right.
That is what is missing with Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
So that's definitely what I would want to see. But Jalen Hurts, man, I'm wishing him the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, number one, the fact that I just feel, Jalen Hurts is a guy who he's a winner. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've seen this guy play at Alabama. I've seen him play at Oklahoma. He finds ways to win. He has put teams on his back. He has led teams late. I don't think Alabama would have won a national championship.
What did he win in Oklahoma? Because I don't follow college sports like that.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about like some of the big games. They had like a big showdown against Baylor. No, they didn't. You know what I'm saying? They didn't win the college football playoffs, but I mean, he got them there. You know what I'm saying? He was able to get them there, you know what I'm saying, through some late game heroics. I think about when he was playing at Alabama, he went up against the University of Georgia. Tua was playing like straight hot garbage. They were down by 2 touchdowns. He came in late, scored 2 touchdowns. So Jalen Hurts, I mean, he does do some good things. I do feel like he's being baptized by fire in this game. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that some people are trying to set this man up to fail, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't send a rookie against the Saints, who's probably one of the best defenses in the league.
Right.
Doesn't make sense, especially with the suspect weapons that we have. Like I'm gonna call it what it is. Our offense is trash. Our defense is more trash. So I think Jalen Hurts don't have the not physical capability. He lacked personnel against the Saints. That's all it is. And the
Yeah.
Saints defense, Dennis Allen will send them dogs against you. Send those dogs. Demario Davis, a dog coming
Yeah.
at you full blast. And I think Jalen Hurts at his stage of his career, he is a rookie. He don't have the physical attributes to handle a front four like that. I'm just calling it what it is, bro.
Yeah, I mean that, but the thing about it is, I feel like with Carson Wentz, I mean, you're basically setting this man up to be killed. I mean, even with Jalen Hurts, I mean, the offensive line struggles, but you have a quarterback that can get out of harm's way. You know what I'm saying? You can be able to, you know what I'm saying, go on a run and stuff like that. You know, once the defensive line be able to get to you, you know that you have a quarterback that can be elusive and get out of harm's way. With Carson Wentz, I mean, he can run, but he's not the runner that Jalen Hurts is. I mean, you're talking about a guy running for extra yards versus a guy running for his life. So I would rather take a guy from running for extra yards versus a guy running for his life.
Yeah, yeah, man, true, bro. But listen, my final prediction about this game, I got it probably 20 to 7 Saints. I got it like that because I mean I understand y'all. Wait, is Drew Brees playing or no?
No, Drew Brees not playing, man. This is Taysom Hill's gonna be a 4 start. So Taysom Hill will be the quarterback.
I mean, Taysom Hill could still get the job done because I think y'all defense is pretty good, and Taysom Hill is a guy who could be plug and play. So I got it 17-7 Saints, and I'm gonna just come back. I'm gonna highlight you again. You know what I'm saying? When y'all play the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's how I rocking, bro.
Okay, man. Well, if you're not doing anything tomorrow, feel free to chime in post game.
Thank you, bro. I definitely will be coming on this, John.
All right, man. Thank you, Bashir. Thank you.
You're welcome, bro.
All right, man. Shouts out to Bashir, big Philadelphia Eagles fan. I'm gonna move on to Josh. Josh, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, brother? I got a couple of things to throw at you here.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I think we're kind of due for a wake-up loss. We always kind of get a wake-up loss at this point in the season that just kind of like we get too cocky and then we lose to a team we shouldn't, and then it wakes us back up. And I think that this week could be that wake-up loss, and especially when you think about how Dennis Allen, he's not very great at making adjustments. He doesn't have a great history of playing good defense or calling good defense against an offense he hasn't seen before. So that gives a lot of advantage to Jalen Hurt because Jalen Hurt he doesn't have any film on him, right?
No.
So that's going to be a huge advantage in Philadelphia's favor. So I think this is going to be a game that we should win, but we'll lose. But it'll motivate us for Kansas City the next week and Minnesota the week after. That's what I think is going to happen. I haven't been watching the news this week because I've been taking an intentional break, so I didn't even know that Taysom Hill was starting to. You just said that.
Right.
But I got something big for you.
Okay.
We were talking last week about how home field advantage doesn't matter this year because of Corona.
Right.
Well, they're going to start rolling out the vaccines next week. And there's still 6 weeks till playoff time.
All right.
So if most people or everybody who wants a vaccine, who wants to be vaccinated, is vaccinated by then, which they probably will be, then there's a good chance they're going to start opening up the stadiums again, which means home field advantage will mean a lot.
Good point.
So do you think that's going to happen, or how do you see that playing out? Because the vaccine starts rolling out this week. The news has been all over that.
Right.
So how do you think that's going to play out as far as affecting fans and stadiums and all that? And will that give us our home field advantage that we would love to have so much?
Well, I just think that it depends on the numbers and the analytics of what they show us. In the next 6 weeks, if we see like maybe a decline when it comes to COVID-19, and also people's willingness to try to take the vaccine. I mean, Joshua, we all know we don't want to make this political, but we have a lot of people out here that are very skeptical about this. I mean, I'm not trying to put my wife on the spot, but even her as a nurse practitioner, what I'm saying, she's questioning it, what I'm saying? So I think it all depends on the numbers, the analytics of what it shows, the decline of how many cases are going on, and the willingness of people willing to take the vaccine. And I think that might just be the deciding factor. So, and also, man, we have to think about the mayor, the mayor, Cantrell. I mean, she has been policing the city of New Orleans like none other. You know what I'm saying? So she has been like that mother that don't want her kids to go outside. You know what I'm saying? Because they got some poison ivy out there in the yard. Like we don't need you out there. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, it just all depends on like how the world is going at 6 weeks. 6 weeks is a lot of things can change in 6 weeks, but if we can find ways to get more people in the Superdome in order for them to have a positive and strong home field advantage, then I'm all for it. But if I'm looking at it today, as of right now, I don't look at home field advantage like I would back a couple of years ago when the Saints were, in a divisional round and they had a first round bye. I'm not looking at it the same way. Like the only thing that I look at it as being beneficial is to a person like Drew Brees. Drew Brees to me would be the only one that'd be, benefiting from a first round bye because you get an opportunity to kind of sit on the sidelines, get them rested up for a divisional round matchup. So
are you saying this even if fans are allowed in the stadium, you still don't feel like home field advantage is that important? Is that what you're saying?
No. Actually, I'm looking at it two ways. Like, if we're looking at it today, like let's just say if we're looking at it today, we're looking at the cases today, right? And we're dealing with the same issues.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah. But
if they let everybody back in the stadiums, then does home field advantage become a big advantage to you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No doubt about it. I mean, we know that the Saints have one of the best home field advantages in the NFL. So it definitely would pay dividends then. But if we're talking about right now and what we know right now and how the stadiums are, I wouldn't feel like home field advantage is as powerful as it was in years past when everybody can show up to the stadium.
Well, hey, man, I'll let you get to the next caller. Wish me luck because I'm looking into a couple of assistant professor gigs, actually.
Okay.
I'm looking at what I can do with my degree and everything. And so I might be an assistant professor soon or something. So wish me luck on that. But
man. But we definitely wishing you luck, Josh. Man, we're proud of you, man, for taking the extra step, man, getting that degree. And we know the sky's the limit, man. I mean, just keep on pressing forward, man. That's what it's all about. And we definitely wish you well on your search for a job out there. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of jobs out there, and they definitely need people like you.
Well, hey, thanks, brother. I'll let you get to your next call.
All right, take it easy, Josh. Yeah, man. Shouts out to Josh, man, doing real big things. So I definitely want him to get that assistant professor job. Yeah, so man, y'all keep him lifted up, man, for all those that believe in a higher power. We gonna go to Chosen. Chosen, what's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Hey, quick thought, man. Shout out to Josh, man. I hope you know what I'm saying, stand positive, stand on the grind, man. Do big accomplishments this year. Oh, and Josh, if you ever get on, don't forget about your boy, because I could use a little, but nah. That's not. Josh, I'm holla at your boy. I can get that coffee for you if you need an assistant. But TJ, man, I'm glad I caught the show, man. I was running some errands with the vehicle, man. But you know how these roads is in Baton Rouge. Good Lord have mercy. Where does the money go for funding? But yeah, man, I feel like I'm confident in the Saints, bro. Like I always say every week, man. Every week got to be a playoff game, man. Like you can't get too high, you can't get too low. Me personally, I'm liking the Saints better on the road than at home. I mean, it seemed like they got that dog regardless. But when you're on the road, it just because I feel like when you at home, you want to kind of show off front of people. When we did have fans, and you want to put on the show, and you so you forget the task at hand, you forget the fundamentals, you try to do too much. But when you're on that road and you facing adversity, I feel like that's when we face our best. So, the bye week thing is still cool to have, but I believe in them. I believe them guys gonna challenge them in the dogs, man. Hopefully, bro. Jalen Hurts. I mean, we don't got no tape on him. We got a little bit, but if we know one thing, the Saints, we always come back and make adjustments on the fly. I don't know what it is, man. We can be told we can erase a whole week of game plan and implement something. Just give Sean Payton like a few, like a quarter and a half, just to come up with something. Okay, boom, him and Dennis Allen, they gonna make it happen. It's like they keep that spare tire. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like our coaching staff know what's going on. I know they probably prepare for what if they use Jay? They probably thought about this back in the day, you know, like they always it's chess game with them. They always a few pieces ahead, a few moves ahead. I believe in Sean Payton, I believe in Dennis Allen, and I believe in these guys that we have playmakers, even on defense. I believe in these guys to adjust on the fly. You know, put a few containments. You know, blitz the outside. You know, Jalen Love, he love that outside. You know, that one read and he gone. You know, so I feel like we should minimize his one read, put our best man on his one read, and we just you know counter everything they got. I mean, ain't like they have much, but I still feel like you treat them as a threat because you one play away, man, one Hail Mary away, one field goal away, one fumble away. hint, hint, Taysom Hill. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like we just gotta take these guys serious, man. Just put your foot on the neck. You ain't gotta just dog them. You know, like you can still have some pride with it, but I feel like just get out of here, man. Run the ball. Don't get too cute. Don't try to put everything on Malcolm Jenkins because this is homecoming. Don't try to make him, you know, just play ball like y'all been playing. Channel out that noise. Don't take the cheese like Sean been saying. You know, everybody, oh, Jalen, he's the first start. Y'all throwing him into the Saints defense. I find it funny now when it's time to praise another person. That's the only time the Saints in the picture, which I'm beyond it. But now all of a sudden we the number one defense when it comes to defending somebody. Like no, well, nah. Remember we middle in the pack. We get beat, remember? Like, don't try to give us praise now because it's helping your argument. Don't do that. Don't now y'all will jump on a bandwagon. Don't do that.
Right.
But yeah, man, I feel like we're gonna be all right. A final score, we've been in that 27-25 range. So I'm gonna say 27-13, 24-13. I feel like he gonna put him in a good position. Yeah, man, I just hope that we just focus, bro, and treat these guys as if it was a Carson Wentz or a Tom Brady, man. Just know the opponent ahead of you. Play balls to the wall. Like, just get out of there. Don't get too cute. Keep it simple. Keep it fundamental. And just play your heart out, man, because you know what we got coming. Don't worry about if Drew coming. Don't worry about it, man. We still got to play. No matter who out there. I don't care. Jalen Hurts out there, old Tommy from the stands. You just got to do what you got to do, man, and be successful. But that's all I got, brother. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Chosen, man. Thank you. Call back anytime, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, man. Chosen, absolutely right, man. And I'm gonna take one more phone call. I'm gonna take it from Rudy, man, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Rudy been trying to chime in. I see him in the chat. So Rudy, you can call in. I'm not gonna take any more calls after Rudy tonight. So I just want to let everybody know that in advance, man. I said that show is gonna be about an hour. We're a little bit over. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Rudy's call, see what he has to say, and then we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. So Rudy, just put the link down there. So let's go ahead and click the link, man. Call in, chime in. Nicole says, we some dogs, we some savages, who that, we that. Well, as long as they keep that same energy, I think we should be okay. Pick six, Blog World, as my big brother EJ says, it's still Super Bowl or bust in New Orleans. It's definitely that. It's definitely has not changed. The goal at hand, you know what I'm saying, is to win it all, and there shouldn't be no reason why they shouldn't. Rudy, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Rudy. How you doing, man?
A little bit laggy on your end, but it's okay. Yeah, this game has trap if we allow it to be. We gotta be really careful on this game. Now, I gotta feel bad for Jalen to be thrown to wolves like this, but to be honest, a wise man once said, adversity doesn't shape character, it reveals it, you know? But in all honesty, this game could be really close to them and really sneak a good game. Man, but it's just like, oh man, sorry. This I really can't hear anything in my end.
You can't hear anything? You can hear me?
No, okay, now I can. It was a little bit. I'm sorry, it was a little bit laggy on your end. It was. I'm back. Whew. But
so let me ask you this: what do you think about the game as a whole? Like, what do you think that the Philadelphia Eagles can do in order for them to stay competitive with the Saints?
Well, from my personal experience, I say put ball security. Whether offensive or defensive lines, whoever wins time possession will win the game. Which I find ironic because some games the victor has had less time of possession. But if and Jalen Hurts, yeah, like you said, I do agree. He's known to carry the team, but there's only so far that one person can do. The thing is, there's no I know that they phrase there's no I team, there's me, but to be honest, that me should never be in that vocabulary at all when it comes to team. It needs to be a we.
Yeah, I agree, but I just think that Jalen Hurts, I just feel like he's going into a bad situation. I just think that this is a game that he's going to sink or swim. It's almost like some of you probably who enlisted in the United States Navy. They say that they take that boat, bring you all the way out in the middle of the water, and they drop you in. They tell you to swim back to shore. So I mean, it's kind of like what this is with Jalen Hurts. It's a sink or swim. So it's like if you go out here and you have a good game, okay, we know we have something. But if you go out here and fall flat on your face, then maybe we need to start focusing on Carson Wentz. This definitely smells like sabotage, in my opinion. But I mean, it's up to him to make sure that those naysayers that's proven or saying that he won't be able to get it done, he proves them wrong.
And I'm not amen you there, because the best revenge you can get on anybody is to prove them wrong. I do have a question for you. For the Saints, comes the Saints defense, and to be honest, our rotation is really sneaky good. But for the over and under, do you think the Saints will have at least 4 sacks?
That would be probably easier for me to say that they'll have 4 sacks. Probably just thinking about what people probably think that this is going to be, I would have to say no. I don't think they're going to have 4 sacks in this game.
Yeah,
I think that they're going to pay way too much attention to detail for them to happen that way. And I think everybody's thinking like that the Saints is going to have a whole bunch of sacks. I just think that that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what I'll say. I'm going with the under, at least a minimum of 1-2 sacks at best. Right. But what was I going to say? Oh, crap. Crap. I'm sorry. I apologize. My brain just quit on me for a sec.
Well, let me just ask you the prediction, man. What do you think the prediction is going to be? What's your score?
Thank you. You actually helped me remind me. Thank you for that.
Oh, no, that's fine, man. What do you think the score is going to be?
Well, my philosophy is keep things in the realm of reality when it comes to sports. Mm-hmm. Because it could go either way, be a shootout or a blowout. But for me, I say the Saints will win. I have 3 scores, either 38-31 to 28, 28-24, or if we're not careful, the Eagles can win in a close one at 21-17.
Okay, I can't accept that, Rudy. You got to give me a score. You can't have 3 scenarios. We can't do Final Destination here. Okay, we can't keep these different scenarios. All right, so you got to pick one. If you had a choice, Rudy.
Okay.
Which one would you pick, man?
I'm choosing the 28-24 because that seems the most realistic.
Okay. All right. 28-24, Rudy. That sounds good to me, man. And
especially since you got Taysom Hill on one side, Jalen Hurts on the other. To be honest, I think it's not so much that the whole organization needs to be fired. I think they need to reevaluate their offensive line.
Right.
Because if you can't protect the quarterback, how are you going to move the ball on the field?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because if the quarterback can't get people protected, your defense is going to be worn out by the halftime.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I agree with that, Rudy. I mean, but like I said, I just think it's going to be – I think it's going to be an interesting game to watch. I mean, rather you watching to see what Jalen Hurts is going to do, or you're just watching to see if the Saints are going to be able to capitalize on the issues that's going on in Philly. But I appreciate the phone call, man. Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome. It's always good to make someone laugh today. So.
All right, Rudy, man. You take care, man.
You too.
All right, man. Shouts out to Rudy, man. Man, look, I want everybody, to call in. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure everybody's voice is heard. I appreciate all the calls and all the people that's taking the time out because, sometimes, man, you get on, and then you have this thought, and all of a sudden you lose your thought. I mean, it happens, man. But shouts out to Rudy. I mean, I didn't like those 3 prediction scenarios though. That's kind of like, oh, I knew they was gonna lose, and then the other team went, oh, I knew they was gonna win. Nah, we can't do that, man. You gotta say it with your chest. I say it with your chest, Rudy. Shouts out to Rudy. Tyrone says, TJ, will you come down if we win the big game? Let me ask my big brother, E, can I stay at your house? Can I stay at your house if the Saints if the Saints win it all? Can I stay at your house so I can do some reporting down there? Man, if they do, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I might end up doing some things, man. I might get some things done. You know, I don't know if I'll be able to go to Tampa or anything like that, but I mean, I should be able to, you know what I'm saying? Especially since I got my media credentials. I don't see no reason why I can't go to the Super Bowl if I'm a part of media. But anyway, let's see. Corey's laughing. Felix is laughing. My big brother just confirmed the fact that I can stay at his crib if I come down there to New Orleans. If the Saints go to the NFC Championship game, look, I say it like this: the Saints go to the NFC Championship game, I'm coming down. Okay. He said we can get some hot sides. That sounds like a plan, man. I'm trying to make that happen before that. Okay. But if the Saints go to the NFC Championship game, I'm coming down there. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the game exactly, but I'll probably do a pregame, you know what I'm saying, somewhere. TJ, do you think Ken Crawley will look good in the system we run now? He may be a decent corner, and it could show in the defense we're currently running. Even Marcus Williams looks a lot better. I don't know. He might. But, I mean, the fact that he hasn't hit the field yet, that's very alarming. Say TJ Davenport back, bro. I'm not sure, man. I'm seeing – I know he was dealing with concussions, but I don't know if he's back or not. So I don't know if he cleared concussion protocol just yet. Somebody can clarify that for me. Maybe somebody read the dirt sheets, but I'm not sure. I'm going to read two more, and then we're going to get up out of here. Ernest says, anybody wants Steals? I like Kenny Steals, but I think the Saints should be okay with what they have right now. You bring Kenny Steals in a dire emergency, I think the Saints have enough to get by. Bugalusa says New Orleans Saints always disappoint when they get towards the playoffs. Well, let's hope that changes. Keen Arthur confirmed says that Davenport is 100% cleared. Okay, so want to say thank you all for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. Thank you for all those that commented. Thank you for all those that called in. Thank you for making this show a success. Thank you so much for allowing this show to have 5,000 subscribers, over almost 1 million downloads here on YouTube, 10,000 audio downloads since we launched the audio podcast. And just special thank you once again to those from Broad Street South Sports Talk Podcast, the Philadelphia Eagles podcast that I was a part of. Thank you, Angel and Mike. Thank you all for having me on the show. And thank you all for stopping by. And I'm looking forward to a very exciting game on tomorrow. We will be having a pregame show. And also we're going to be having, a halftime report, and we're going to be going live immediately following the Saints versus Philadelphia Eagles game. So if you're not doing anything, want to be a part of the show, please feel free to spend your Sunday with the State of the Saints podcast as we look forward and hopefully, seeing the New Orleans Saints get another victory number 11, and stay on the top of the NFC and the NFC South. And let's not forget, if the Saints win this game, this Sunday, they will clinch the NFC South. So let's get it done. I'm happy about that. For those that have not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search The State of the Saints Podcast. On Facebook, facebook.com, search The State of the Saints Podcast. And previous episodes available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Anchor FM. Have a good and productive night. Enjoy the game tomorrow. Be back for the pregame show, and all I got